like, what in the world is that? I mean, they've never seen anything like it. Hey, it's Jason with Denwerks and Stanley, and I got something cool here today. This is really a cool little truck, 1953. It's a B4-B little pickup, and it used to be a gas station truck, actually a Chevron truck. There's a sticker that I found underneath the door there, and it's a really cool truck. I love the patina on it. You know, you just can't make this stuff up. I just love the way the paint is. You know, it's kind of a finished product is what I would call it, and it's just really neat. And you know, I wish that I had a story for every paint job it's ever had, and it's just a cool looking truck. And so we'll just do a little walk around here and show you a few things about it in general. You know, they call these trucks job rated. This truck was, I think they built these from 1948 to 1953. They also called them a pilot house, and this is a 5-window model, and not all of them were 5 windows, and it's a little half-ton short box, and really cool. So we'll just walk you around the front. You can just see some different stuff about it. It's got plenty of dings. It's got plenty of little dents and different things. The paint is falling off, obviously. And but overall, it's a pretty solid truck in general. You can see here, there's a small dent on that side. You can look over here. They actually welded the fender to the front there. I'm not sure why. I mean, it happened a long time ago. And we'll do a little walk around here with the lights. Show you the headlights are all working. It's amazing, all the gauges, all the lights work. There's the lights. We got blinkers. There we got the right, and we got left. There we go. Actually, that's the right and left. I'm on the wrong side looking through the camera, but those work, and the marker lights work too. It's hard to see out here in the sun, but they are on right now. But we'll walk down the side. One thing I think that is really cool about these trucks is the hood doesn't open up like this. They actually open up like a kind of a gull wing, and actually pretty cool. It looks like big bat wings flying there. I put new tires on it. They're 6.5 by 16 LTs. Got these from Coker. If you look here, it's got all the original running boards on it and stuff. You can see there's a little bit of rust right here along the fender. You know, the bottom of the door looks in pretty good shape. Maybe a couple little starts right there. Back of the cab actually is real nice, and you know, it doesn't have any door locks, and but the windows roll up and down nice. One thing I did do is I put a new windshield in it, and a new gasket, and a new gasket around the wing window there. And this wing window here is missing the little lever there to shut it, and so you can see a little delamination here on the side glass, but I did put a new windshield gasket and windshield in it. And we'll walk here to the back. You can see the running board's actually in really good shape. Look around the bed here. We'll flip it around here in just a minute and show you the back of it in general, but actually the fenders are actually in pretty good shape. You know, this is a truck, I mean, you could take it and restore it if you wanted to, but I like it just the way it is. And but it's actually a really solid rig, even though all the paint's falling off. I really like the look of it, and how we got some of that was just pressure washing it, and a little bit comes off every time. And so we'll go ahead and flip it around here and let you take another look. Hey, here we are on the passenger side. Gonna take a look here. We're gonna go ahead and start with the lights. Go ahead and turn the tail lights on there. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the license plate. We actually have the license plate light working there, you can see there. And then let's go with the brake lights. There's the brake lights. We got turn signals. We got right. And then we got left. There's the left. And it's kind of nice that all the lights are working in this truck. And so it's pretty remarkable condition overall. And we'll go ahead and look at the bed. I kind of faux finished Denwerks in there, so if you ever want to get rid of it, you can. I love the bumper on this, and I don't know what brand that is. I'll have to look there, but I think it's, you know, a lot of those are made by Barton bumper, but I love how it actually fits all the way across the fender. You know, just a good old farm truck, and you know, actually functionable. You can look here in the back of the bed. It's actually in pretty good shape. We actually put a marine plywood in here and put rails in here, so these aren't individually cut or anything like that, but we put a marine plywood in there, and you know, it looks good. You can see across the front of the bed here there's a little bit of rust, and but overall, you know, we're not trying to get fancy, but it's functionable now. And I'm not going to explain every little dent on it. You know, you can see little dents, and in the pictures you won't see these. It's good to put little rubber, you know, this is from an inner tube, but sometimes trucks, they'll swing back and forth and rub the paint off. Actually, this would probably add a lot of character if we would have left it here. You can see we got a chrome exhaust tip. You know, this truck has been running the whole time, and when we were showing the front and the view, the thing runs like a little sewing machine. Hey, here we are driving the little 53 little Dodge out for a little stroll. You know, this is a great driving little truck. You know, it drives like an old farm truck, obviously, but it is a 4-speed. It likes about 45 miles an hour down the road, but it actually handles really good. The brakes work good. You know, the steering works good. We worked on a lot of it. You know, you can just tell by driving. You know, we spent a lot of time with you know, suspension and the you know, the shocks and stuff and the brakes. And but it does run nice. You can see across here on the dash. We'll pull over in a while and I'll show you some more stuff. You can see the speedometer works, odometer's working. It says 90, 987, and we spent a lot of time. We got the amp gauge working, the oil gauge, the heaters work, the temperature and the fuel gauge is working. And honestly, like, here's your headlights and here's your the heater, and I don't know if you can hear that, but the heater's underneath there, and I'll show you that later. You got your choke and throttle. These are your wipers working. Well, sorry, that's not your wipers. Oh, the wipers are up here. You can see the wipers work. This is a cigarette lighter, and it does not work. What I really like here is the first, second, third, and fourth, and reverse. And they carved it in there, and you can see the little arrow there. But overall, it's actually a really usable truck. You can take this to Cars and Coffee and enjoy yourself. And it's just really neat. It's a 4-speed transmission. It's got a granny low. So it's a little chattery when you take off in first and second, but you know, not bad. You'll get used to it. And you're definitely not going to downshift in it, because I don't even know if they had synchro gears in these years. I'll just show you the brakes real fast. You can see that it does stop pretty nice and straight. Just laying on the brakes. Actually pretty hard on them right now. So they actually work pretty good. I'm going to put her in the third. We'll take off again. But anyways, I just wanted to show you a video of it running and driving and cruising around. Okay, we'll take a look inside. First I wanted to show you actually, you know, for an old Dodge truck, door strut really nice. Very smooth. And we put new gaskets around there on the outside. That's why that second time you had to push it just a little bit. And but overall, you know, it's nothing fancy in here. It's actually pretty cool looking, actually, in general. I like how they put that speaker up over there. There's not a radio or anything in it, but you got these two pods on the left and the right. I love stuff like this. You can see here, someone, you know, where's all the gears? 1, 2, 3, 4. And they didn't actually write 1 and a number 2, a number 3. They actually 1, 2 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. They didn't know the numerical system, I guess. And right here you got reverse, and you can see also here they actually put a little arrow on where to put the key on auxiliary. So overall the dash looks really in pretty good shape. You know, you look at the door jamb and stuff, it actually looks in good shape. You look underneath here, the floor looks good, and we built a little battery cover here. It was missing, and you can see inside the jamb down below here. This is a notorious place for old trucks to rust. This one's actually really nice. You can see inside the door jamb. Excellent. And this is kind of neat too. If you look here, it's got 2 little latches here on the door, a guide, and another little latch there, and that's pretty interesting. Just for safety wise. And I did have the seat redone. You know, the seat looks good, in nice shape. I can't remember, I guess that seat doesn't flip forward, but back behind the seat here looks really nice. And they do make all the material you can put in here for the headliner and stuff, and they actually make it out of cardboard like it was original, or you can get it in a PVC. It didn't have a light up here when we got it, so I went ahead and put a light back in it. And I'm pretty sure this was a deluxe truck when it was new, because deluxe trucks only got, there was like 2 options or something like that. One was a visor for the truck. There was one over there on the other side with visors, and a lot of them had, this is an original door panel, but they would have an armrest. But I think because those visors are up there, it was probably a deluxe at the time, especially with all the different chrome and stuff. You can see right here, there's some cracks on the steering wheel. We'll go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. Actually, it's a 2-piece hood. They kind of call that a butterfly hood. And so anyway, you just flip the latch, lift it up. We're doing the other side at the same time. And there's a little latch that holds right here. And overall, pretty clean little motor, and runs really good. We'll start it up here in a minute, but you know, during the rest of the video, when I was walking around the outside, it was running the whole time. I mean, you can't even hear it run. And you know, nothing real fancy underneath here. It does have an aluminum radiator in it, so it's been upgraded. And motor overall is in good repair. You can see here the original color on the truck, the jam and everything up on the firewall looks good. And look up underneath the hood here. You know, again, everything looks in pretty good order. It's actually got a new water pump on it. It's got new spark plugs. It's got new wires, intake manifold and exhaust manifold gaskets. It's got side cover gaskets on it too. And overall, it stays pretty dry. Maybe a little engine seepage, but nothing that really hits the ground. So we'll take a look at the other side here. Here we are on the driver's side. Just wanted to let you see it on each side here. There's a engine number down there on the side. It's hard to see, but it says N3088889CAL. And I've tried to look that up, and I haven't found any information on it in general. But You know, it's definitely a flat hood motor. Down here, down low, I can see 53 on the side, and but I'd have to look at some books or something like that. You can see up there's a 4-6 and then a part number 1532092, and but I'm not 100% for sure if it's the original to the truck, and someone on Bring a Trailer there will probably be able to tell me. This here is an external oil filter. We take those for granted today, but you know, early trucks, that was kind of an option, and on a lot of trucks. So look across here, across the firewall. You know, again, it looks in good shape. Here's a little tag, actually, right here. You'll see a picture of it on the auction as well. So overall, you know, in pretty good shape, and we'll show you some more stuff. Here we are going to take a look underneath the Dodge. I like doing videos underneath cars and trucks now. You just get to see a little bit more about it in general, and you'll still see still photos and stuff, but you know, sometimes still photo, especially underneath, you can't really tell a lot of things. So this just gives us the opportunity to look around and check different things. We've done a lot of work to this truck in general just to get it roadworthy and enjoyable. So we'll just walk around the front here and work our way back. As you can tell, we did put new tires on it. I mentioned that earlier. I didn't show the size or anything, but they're 650 by 16 LTs, so it is a truck tire. If it was a passenger tire, it wouldn't have LT there, and that goes for today as well, your LT tires. I got these from they're ordered out of Coker, but got them through Summit. They're Tornells, and they're actually a really nice tire. We just put them on there. You can see it's got 16-inch wheels, standard ones. You know, back here, we went through and lubed everything on the kingpins, you know, down here on the steering, and we put new shocks on it all the way around, and we also put new brake cylinders in it, and all the way around. The brake lines we didn't do, the rubber brake lines, because they actually look pretty good, and the brake shoes looked actually pretty good as well. Just the truck wasn't on the road, you know, for quite a while it wasn't on the road, so but we definitely had to do the cylinders and stuff, but it stops nice and straight, and works great. Look here underneath the motor, we just did a small detail, and so there was a couple things that we did. You can't see it here, but the fuel pump, we put new gaskets on the fuel pump because it was leaking a little bit of oil. And then back up there you can see the there's little side covers. We put new gaskets on that as well, and you get to that by taking this panel. One thing you could probably use down the road and is maybe a new oil pan gasket. It doesn't seem to be leaking or anything. I've seen a little bit of dampness back here, and but I haven't really seen much hit the floor, because so I think it's probably in good shape, but that's just something to think about down the road. We put a new we wanted to inspect the transmission, so we drained the all the oil out and put new gear oil in it, and then we put a new gasket around that as well. You can just take a look at the tranny. The emergency brake does work, and it stops on the transmission here. You know, of course, we you know, we lubed everything here on the drive shaft. You know, it feels nice and tight. We also, and I just put dates on everything, 9/17. That's when we put new gear oil in it, and so we drained it and put new gear oil in it. And here you can see the new cylinder back here. Actually, the back actually has two, one on the top and bottom. And actually, I can't remember on the front if it had two. I think it just had one. But I'll re-look at it when we go back up there. But we'll go ahead and look at some of the structure of it. You can see the bottom of the fenders back here look nice. That are not all rusty. You can see that floor that we put in it. That was marine plywood. And we just bolted the strips to it, but we did hit a lot of the supports as well. We'll look at this fender here. Again, it's original. You know, no rust back behind here. You can see up in the wheel well, it looks in good shape. One place you really want to look on the back of these trucks is down there at the bottom of the cab. You know, this one's not rusty. You can see up here, got a little flashlight. You can see that looks actually really good in there. And up there on the rocker where you step into the truck, again, really nice, very impressive. You can see here the back of the cab on the passenger side, and the rocker looks in really good shape. The only spot of rust I saw on this truck is in the toe board up there. I'll show you that in the middle in a second here, but you can see actually the floorboards look really in great condition, and you can see the gas tank right here. But the floors are really nice. You know, the body mounts look good on the truck, and right here is just that little spot right there on the corner. You know, that'd be an easy repair, but the rest looks in really good condition. There's a little stamp there, I can't read it. We'll go up here and look at this side. Little tiny rust right there. You can see the body mount though. It looks in really nice shape, and there's no rust around it or anything. And we'll go ahead and look up here in the front. You know, no accident damage. I mean, it looks very clean. And go over here, look at the radiator support. Looks in great shape. You can see up here on the front. You know, again, no accident damage. Look up inside the fender. You know, here, you know, they welded this fender together, but honestly, I don't really know why. It could probably be repaired. You can see here, you know, it doesn't look like it's in that bad a shape. Go ahead and look at the other side where that fender connects. I can't remember if they did on this side. Let me look. Oh, they just put some sealant or something there. But anyways, I'll just look at the brake here again. Yeah, it's only got one cylinder up there. I was talking about that in the back. But anyways, I hope that gives you a good perspective of the truck underneath. You're going to see photos and stuff, of course. But if you got questions, just give me a call, and you can email through BAT or you know, make comments. So hope you have a great auction.